Hello and welcome to From Under the Willows. I'm Maya. Have you ever experienced any lower back pain or tight shoulders and neck? Well, you're not alone because there's lots of us who feel that, including myself. So we're going to do a practice that you can do daily at the end of the day or beginning of the day, and it will relieve some of the tension and stress that you might be feeling throughout your body. So let's get started. Begin to ground through your sit bones. You can either be sitting in a chair or sitting on the ground. Cross-legged, or even with your legs outstretched in front of you with your knees bent. If you've chosen to sit in a chair, then make sure that your feet are fully pressing into the ground. And if they aren't, maybe put a book or a block underneath your feet so that they're on the ground. Your knees are at a 90-degree angle. From your sit bones, begin to work up the spine and create some space. So as you lift from the tailbone all the way through to the crown, to the top of your head, lifting through and creating space between each vertebra. You may find your posture improving slightly just from that cue, from grounding through the sit bones and lifting all the way up through the crown, through the top of the head. And from where you are, shift your weight forward with your torso and back, side to side, very slowly, gently. And then reducing the movement ever so slightly and finding your center. Where is it that there's effortlessness in your body? Where your vertebra and your spine are stacked and you feel the least amount of effort throughout your body, throughout your hips, your legs, your arms, your shoulders, and your head. If you find there's tension in your hips, then maybe adjust a little bit, especially if you're sitting on the ground. Adjust and put a block or a pillow underneath your bum. It'll elevate your hips and create more space. Now draw your attention to the breath. Maybe place one hand on your tummy, maybe both. And as you inhale, feel your belly expanding into the palms of your hands, and exhale, draw the belly in towards the back of your spine. Those of you who are aware of the Ujjayi breath, I invite you to do an Ujjayi breath, which is basically a deepening of this breath work and feeling a hushing or an oceanic sound in the back of the throat. Closed mouth, and you're inhaling and exhaling out the nose. And draw the attention for a moment to the space between your eyebrows to your third eye. You can even feel that space. And acknowledge whether you have any tension that's being held there. And if you do, Just try to let it go. Let go of the tension between the space between your eyebrows. And if you haven't already, I invite you to close your eyes and just listen to my cues as we roll our shoulders back. Big circles. Incorporating the breath, inhaling as you bring your shoulders up and around, and exhale down the back and down. Nice, juicy shoulder rolls. Maybe even incorporate your torso slightly. So you'll find that as you're bringing your shoulders up and around, you'll lean back slightly as you go down, round the back. Tuck your chin slightly. Do whatever expression works for you. Great, let's change directions. So your shoulder rolls going towards the front. On an inhale is when your shoulders are up, and exhale down. Feel free to incorporate your torso. You might be hearing the birds in the background. They're very vibrant today. At least I can hear them. And if you do, just acknowledge their presence, acknowledge the sound. Just let it be. Okay, and back to neutral. We're going to focus now on our head rotations. And so we're going to look over the right shoulder. Come back to center on an inhale, look over the left shoulder. On an inhale, you come back to center. On an exhale, the rotation. So keep going from side to side, looking over your shoulder. And back to center, lifting the sternum, lifting the crown of the head, grounding through the sit bones. We're going to reach over to our right hand side, so placing the right hand on the ground, left hand on the ground, sorry, and then reaching over with your right arm. And if you feel comfortable, rotate your head to look up to the sky. Look under the arm. Keep breathing. Feel that stretch, that long stretch you feel. On the upper torso. And reaching up on an inhale, exhale, change to the other side. And inhale, reach up, and exhale, arm comes down. Let's focus on a gentle spinal twist. So we're going to lift our right arm up ahead of us, and then we're going to exhale, twist from the waist, the rib cage, the shoulders, and look back. Place your hand on your shoulder. You can even place this other arm in behind towards the other hip. And on a next inhale, come back to center and exhale down. Let's try the other side. That's an inhale up Then twist from the waist, rib cage, shoulder, then the head, eyes eventually come around. Inhale back to center. Exhale down. One more time each side. Inhaling up. Exhale as you twist from the waist. It begins, even the hips, then the rib cage, the shoulders, and then look over the shoulder. Back through to center on an inhale. And exhale, your arm down. Last time, the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Look over the shoulder. Inhale back to center. And exhale down. Good. Now let's work on opening up the shoulders a little bit, and also the fingers and the wrists. So you're going to start with your hands back to back, and then we'll end up with our palms together. Clasp those fingers together, and you're going to bring one wrist back. You'll feel stretch in your wrist. Other side, so stretching the other wrist. Try to relax your shoulders down away from your ears as you do this. To center. Now twist from your shoulders, twist one direction, and twist the other direction. Good. You're going to interlace your fingers a little less here, so not too much tension. Now, just a warning here, you might not go as far as you'd like to. That's okay. Just go where your body is at for today. So I'm going to go under towards my body. You might get stuck here. That's okay. Just try your best. Go to where it's comfortable. Good. And then back around. Guess what? We have to do the other side. So the way you do that is you unlock your fingers, and then you go the other way. Start like that. Okay, and we'll bring one wrist back. Other wrist. Relax those shoulders down. I have to remind myself as well. And back through center, allowing a little more space with your fingers. Twist from the shoulders, one direction. And the other direction. Good. Now under, around, and over if you can. You might get stuck here, you might get stuck here, you might be stuck here. You'll just keep working towards unraveling. Twist one direction. Of course, if you're in pain in any of this, then just ease off. We'll meet you in the next pose. Twist the other direction from your shoulders. And then untwist. Okay, lightly shake it out. And we'll go forward and back. Whew. Try one side to side, one forward and back. The other way. Okay, good stuff. All right, let's lie on the ground. This is always my favorite. If you have a tight lower back, then always remember that you can have your feet wide and your knees collapsed inwards, or your feet wide for all the lengthening stretches where we have the legs on the ground, okay? But if you don't have a tight lower back or you're not feeling any pain, then we can do all these exercises with our legs outstretched. Okay. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is check into our breath once again. Palms on the tummy. Inhale, allow your belly to rise and meet your palms. And exhale, draw the belly in towards the back, towards the lower back. If you feel any lower back tension or pain, then this is a great time when you're in your breath. As you exhale, try to ease the tension, try to ease the tightness in your lower back. Also assess whether you'd feel more comfortable with your knees bent. Also, while you're here, refocus on your upper back too, and make sure it's being held by the ground. So you're being completely held by the ground. There's no tension, there's effortlessness in your neck, your head, your shoulders. We all tend to reach with our chin up towards the sky or the ceiling. So I'd like you to assess that as well, and maybe tuck your chin slightly towards the back of the throat to keep the spine in line. Let's bring the right knee in towards the chest. The left leg can be bent or extended on the ground. As you exhale, bring that knee a little closer to the chest. And inhale, you'll feel the belly rising and the knee going away from the chest a little bit. And on an exhale, draw the belly in towards the back of the spine and the knee towards the chest. Now let's bend the left knee so that all of us are there, and flex the right foot, cross it over the thigh. Allow your right hip to open completely. You may need a scarf or a strap to help reach behind your thigh here. This is called figure 4. And you're going to bring the left thigh towards you, opening up the right hip. You might feel this in your glutes, in your thighs, in your hips, opening up the hips. Remember to flex this foot here, it protects your knee. And let's breathe into this for a few breaths. Great. Let's place the left foot on the ground and then twist over the left. You're going to reach out with your right arm by your side and look over that hand. Spinal twist away from your outreached arm. If this is a little too intense, then unhook the foot from that space and place it on the other side of the leg, of the left leg. Keep breathing. Allow yourself to twist just a little more every time you exhale. And let's do that sequence all on the other side. So you have the choice to lengthen the right leg down onto the ground or bend the knee. We're going to bring the left knee in towards the chest on an exhale. Inhale, it'll release slightly as your belly rises in the inhalation. And exhale, bring the knee closer to the chest. Couple more breaths. Let's all bend the right knee and place the foot on the ground. And we're going to go into figure 4 position. So placing the left heel over the right thigh, flex the foot to protect this knee, and open up the left thigh as you come in with your right leg. Oh. Couple more breaths. And then moving into a spinal twist. You can unhook this foot from there or keep it on the inside. Right arm comes over and allows a little bit more of a twist here. Left arm extended out from the shoulder and looking over the left arm. A couple more breaths. And back through to center. Okay, let's go into bridge pose. So we're going to have our feet hip width apart, close to the bum. Arms by your side, palms down. Now, if you're experiencing any heartburn or you have any acid reflux, then sometimes this can end up encouraging that. So if it is, then just stay in this position. As bridge pose, you're going to lift your hips up towards the sky on an inhale, and then exhale down. Inhale up, press into those feet equally, and exhale down. Two more times, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Excellent. Moving into Apanasana, knees bent towards the chest. On an exhale, bringing them closer to your chest. Inhale, allowing the belly to rise and allow the knees to go away from you a little bit. Exhale in. Inhale out with the knees. Knees can be farther apart or they can be together. It's whatever you're comfortable with. And the final position, it's up to you. You can do legs up the wall or shavasana or even butterfly. Open up the hips here. Sometimes it's nice to have pillows under each side here. Arms by your side, palms up. Maybe you have a blanket you'd like to put on top of you or an eye pillow. We'll spend a couple minutes here to integrate the practice. And feel free to stay here. Maybe you're in bed, maybe you're ready for sleep time. And for those of us who'd like to close the practice together, we're going to slowly roll onto the side of our bodies into side child's pose. And then very, very slowly pushing yourself off the ground. Your head will come up last. Allow it to hang heavy as you find yourself a comfortable seated position. If your eyes are closed, gently open them and allow the light to slowly come towards your eyes. Draw your palms together in front of your heart. And bow down. Thank yourself for showing up. I thank you for showing up. And I hope you have a great day or great sleep. See you next time.